Peak English Podcast.
From Peak English with Class. Hey, English learners. Welcome back to the Peak English Podcast, your cozy place to learn easy English through real-life conversations and improve your life at the same time. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Alex. And as always, we're really happy you decided to spend a little bit of your day with us. Before we jump into things, I want to quickly remind everyone that this is a B1 to B2 level episode. That means we are using intermediate practical English.
Exactly.
So if you don't understand every single word today, just relax. There is absolutely no pressure here. You can always listen again later.
Yeah, just make yourself comfortable. Grab a cup of coffee or tea and hang out with us, like we are sitting in a cafe together.
So, Sarah, today we are tackling a topic that almost every single language learner struggles with at some point.
Oh? What are we talking about today?
We are talking about completely changing the way you learn a foreign language.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a massive topic. And honestly, it is so needed.
Right? Because so many of us spend years, literally years, sitting in classrooms, memorizing long vocabulary lists.
Mm-hmm. And we study complex grammar rules until our brains physically hurt.
But then, when it is time to actually speak to a foreigner or use the language in the real world, our minds just go completely blank. We freeze.
I know that feeling so well. It is incredibly frustrating to feel like you are working so hard, but not moving forward.
But today, we are going to promise you an unexpected, very simple solution. We are going to stop treating English like a boring school subject and start treating it like a powerful tool for global success.
Wait, a tool for global success? That sounds so much bigger and more exciting than just trying to pass an English test.
Exactly. Today, we are going to talk about a long-term strategy to make your skills world-class, and we are going to do it by changing just a few tiny, simple daily habits.
But before we reveal that secret strategy, it is time for our reflection challenge.
Yes, this is my favorite part, because we love hearing directly from you guys.
So today's question for the audience is this. I want you to go to the comment section right now and write, "I'm your name from your country, and today I feel," and then tell us the hardest part about learning English for you.
For example, you could write, "I'm John from the United States, and today I feel overwhelmed because I can't remember new words."
Perfect. It is so important to admit our struggles. So pause the podcast right now, write your comment, and come right back. We will be right here waiting for you.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Let's dive right into our first tiny habit.
I am so ready for this, Alex, because honestly, my biggest struggle with languages is that I get stuck in a bubble.
Stuck in a bubble? What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean that I only study when I have a specific exam coming up. I treat English like a chore.
Wait, let me just explain that word for the listeners. Let's explain that word for our listeners. A chore is a boring everyday task that you have to do, but you don't want to do, like washing the dishes.
Exactly. Doing laundry is a chore. And unfortunately, reading my English textbook definitely feels like a chore. I just want to pass the test and be done with it.
I totally understand that feeling, Sarah. Don't blame yourself. I made this exact same mistake too. For years, my only goal was getting a good grade.
So, what changed your mind?
Well, let me tell you a story. I was sitting on my couch a few days ago, drinking my morning coffee and just scrolling through my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading a fascinating interview with a businesswoman named Christy Lee. She's from a tech company called Misfit Wearables, which makes smart devices you can wear.
Oh, Misfit. I think I have heard of them. That is a very famous startup.
Yes! In fact, the interviewer mentioned that Misfit was acquired by Fossil Group for $260 million late last year.
Wait, really? $260 million? That is a massive amount of money.
It is huge. So the interviewer asked her a very interesting question. He asked about the advantage of Vietnam's tech industry compared to neighboring countries in Southeast Asia.
Oh, that is a great question. What was her answer?
She said that Vietnam naturally has many advantages in the tech sector because of a very young population.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. The younger generation is so energetic.
But here is the part that hit me hard. She said many of those young people inherit a very good education. She even gave a specific number. She said there are about 19,000 Vietnamese students studying in the US.
Wow, 19,000? That is just in the United States?
Exactly, that is just the US. She said there are also students studying in the UK, Australia, France, and all over the world.
Oh, I see where this is going. They are studying abroad to get better skills.
Right. Christie said that many of them returned to Vietnam with knowledge as well as good expertise after working abroad.
Wait, Alex, could you explain the word expertise for us?
Of course, expertise means having a very high level of special skill or knowledge in a specific field.
Ah, okay. So, for example, if my friend is a chef, cooking Italian food is his expertise.
Perfect example. So, these young engineers are coming back with global expertise, which allows them to make products that are capable of competing in the global market. When I read that, my chest felt incredibly tight. I just stopped drinking my coffee.
Oh no, why? What were you feeling?
I thought to myself, I am completely wasting my time. I realized that those 19,000 students didn't learn English just to pass a grammar test. They learned it to go out into the world, gain world-class expertise, and compete globally.
Oh, wow. That is a very deep realization. They use the language to unlock the world.
Exactly. I looked at my friend who was sitting next to me and I said, "We are thinking about English all wrong. We are thinking too small."
So, how do we fix this? What is the habit we need to build?
That brings us to our very first tiny habit. Stop studying the language and start using the language to build your expertise.
Oh, that makes so much sense. So instead of reading a boring textbook, if you are an engineer, you should read tech articles in English.
Yes, if you want to build a startup, listen to business interviews in English, just like the one with Christy Lee. Tie the language to your real-life career goals.
I love that. It completely changes your motivation. But Alex, what happens when we feel like we aren't improving fast enough? Because honestly, sometimes I just want to give up when I don't see instant results.
That is a very normal feeling, Sarah, and it actually leads us perfectly into our second tiny habit.
Okay, so let's talk about that feeling of wanting instant results. Honestly, my biggest bad habit is that I am super impatient.
I think we all are, Sarah. What does that look like for you when you study?
Well, I will study a new vocabulary list for maybe 2 weeks. And then, when I try to watch an English movie, I still need the subtitles.
Right, and that feels super frustrating.
It really does. I just throw my hands up and think, this is taking too long. I feel like giving up because I am not seeing immediate progress.
I completely understand. Let me take you back to a moment when I felt exactly the same way.
Okay, I am listening.
A few years ago, I was sitting in the university library, just staring blankly at my grammar textbook.
Oh no, I know that look.
My eyes were heavy, and my forehead was sweating. I slammed the book shut. I just thought, I am a complete failure. I have been studying for months, and I still sound like a child.
Oh, Alex, that breaks my heart. I have literally said those exact words to myself.
But then I remembered the second part of that interview with Christy Lee. The interviewer asked her a very specific question about the future.
What did he ask?
He asked what problems the Vietnamese government should solve so the tech industry can become a pillar of development for the economy.
Wait, Alex, could you explain the phrase pillar of development?
Absolutely. A pillar is a strong column that holds up a building. So a pillar of development is a very important part that supports the growth of a whole country.
Ah, I get it. Like, tourism is a pillar of development for many island countries.
Exactly. Now, Chris's answer was brilliant. She said a lot of people put their faith in selling the company or making money from the products they build.
Well, that makes sense. Everyone wants to make money quickly.
Right, people want the instant result. But Christie said that to develop a digital economy, everything must start with education.
Education? So, going back to the basics?
Yes, she said we have a large number of engineers, but to build a digital economy, we must bring all these engineers to a world-class level. And that is necessary if we want to compete globally.
Wow, that is not something you can do in a few weeks. That takes years of hard work.
Exactly. The interviewer even replied, "That sounds like a long-term strategy, and there is still a long road ahead."
A long-term strategy. That changes everything.
Yes, Christie believed that everything has to start with education if we want to compete in this market. And that brings us to our second tiny habit.
What is it?
Stop treating your learning like a short-term race. You must adopt a long-term strategy. Treat your skills like a long-term investment.
That actually takes so much pressure off my shoulders. I don't need to be fluent by next month. I am building my foundation.
Exactly, Sarah. You are building your pillars.
I love that. But Alex, what about when you look around and everyone else seems to be doing so much better than you?
Ah, the comparison trap. That is our third tiny habit. Let's get into it.
Yes, please. Because honestly, I scroll through social media and I see these young people speaking perfect English.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they are so talented. I will never be that good. I feel like I just don't have the natural talent or the right environment.
It is so easy to feel that way. We see someone's success and we assume it was easy for them.
Exactly. I compare my messy beginning to their perfect ending.
Well, the interviewer actually asked Christy Lay about this too. Remember, her company was bought for $260 million.
Right, that huge amount of money.
The interviewer asked if her company was an exception, or if there is still a lack of funding for tech startups in Vietnam.
Could we pause for a second? What does exception mean here?
Good catch. An exception is someone or something that is different from the normal rule.
Okay, so if everyone in my family is short, but my brother is super tall, he is the exception.
Spot on. So the interviewer was asking, is your success normal, or are you just a rare lucky case?
And what did she say? Was she just lucky?
She was very humble. She said, I am sure we are one of the luckiest companies in Vietnam.
Wow, that is very honest of her.
But then she added something so important. She said there are many companies with very potential products that are still in the early stages of product development.
Oh, so she is saying they just haven't finished growing yet.
Exactly. She said she is sure there will be many products manufactured from Vietnam in the next few years. She believes we will hear many more success stories from all over the world.
That makes so much sense. Those other companies aren't failures. They are just in their early stages.
Yes, and that is our third tiny habit, Sarah.
Tell me.
Respect your early stage. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20.
Wow. Respect your early stage. I need to write that down and put it on my mirror.
You are not failing, Sarah. You are just developing your product. And if you keep going, you will be the next success story.
I feel so much lighter and more motivated now. This completely changes how I view my daily practice.
Well, Sarah, we have covered some deeply important ideas today.
We really have. Honestly, my brain is buzzing with so much new inspiration.
So, before we move on, let's quickly summarize the 3 tiny habits we discussed. This will help everyone remember the lessons.
Yes, that is a great idea. I have my notes right here.
Perfect. So, what was our very first tiny habit?
Habit number 1 is stop studying the language as a boring subject and start using it to build your expertise.
Exactly. Connect English to your real-life career or passions. Don't just stay in the classroom.
And then habit number 2 is all about time. We need to adopt a long-term strategy.
Right. A digital economy or any great success must start with education. It is a long road, so treat it like a long-term investment.
No more rushing for instant results.
And finally, habit number 3. What was the lesson from those early-stage startup companies?
Habit number 3, respect your early stage. We have to stop comparing our messy beginnings to someone else's big success.
Exactly, Sarah. You are just developing your product. Give yourself the time and grace to grow.
Just hearing those 3 habits again makes me feel so much more relaxed about my English journey.
That is exactly the goal. Now, to make sure these new words stay in our memories forever, it is time for our favorite segment.
Yes! Welcome to the word tour.
In this part of the podcast, we are going to review 5 key phrases from today's episode.
We will read the word, explain it simply, give you 2 real-life examples, and then ask you to practice saying it out loud.
Remember, speaking out loud is the secret to fluency, so don't be shy.
All right, let's start with word number 1. Stuck in a bubble.
Stuck in a bubble means living in a limited world. You are isolated from outside influences and new ideas.
Here is example 1. I only read the same news websites every day, so I feel stuck in a bubble.
And example 2. When you travel to a new country, you finally break out of being stuck in a bubble.
Now it is your turn. Repeat after me. Stuck in a bubble.
Great job. Let's move to word number 2. A chore.
A chore is a routine, boring task that you have to do, but you really do not enjoy doing it.
Example 1. Washing the dirty dishes after a big dinner is such a chore.
Example 2. If you read books you hate, reading will always feel like a chore.
Your turn. Repeat after me. A chore.
Excellent. Word number 3 is a very professional one. Expertise.
Expertise means having a very high level of special skill or deep knowledge in one specific field.
Example 1. My computer is broken, so I need someone with technical expertise to fix it.
Example 2. She studied abroad for 5 years to build her expertise in business management.
Now, practice with us. Repeat after me. Expertise.
Perfect. Word number 4 is a strong phrase. Pillar of development.
A pillar of development is a foundational, essential part that supports the massive growth of a country or a business.
Example 1. Technology and education are the main pillars of development for the modern economy.
Example 2. Trust is the strongest pillar of development for any healthy relationship.
Say it loud and proud. Repeat after me. Pillar of development.
Awesome. And our final word, number 5, is exception.
An exception is someone or something that does not follow the normal rules. It is rare and different from the rest.
Example 1. I usually go to bed at 10 p.m., but on my birthday, I made an exception.
Example 2. Most startups fail in the first year, but her successful company was a rare exception.
Final time today, give it your best. Repeat after me. Exception.
Fantastic work, everyone. You just added 5 very powerful native-sounding phrases to your vocabulary toolkit.
Well, friends, that brings us to the end of today's cozy coffee chat.
We know your time is incredibly valuable. Whether you are commuting on the train, cooking dinner in the kitchen, or just lying in bed relaxing, thank you for choosing to spend this time with us.
Yes, thank you so much. Your support means the absolute world to us.
If today's conversation helped you feel a little less stressed, or if you learned something new, please hit that like button.
And don't forget to subscribe to the Peak English channel so we can continue learning and growing together every single week.
Also, we know that building your expertise often requires a lot of reading, but let's be honest, reading can feel exhausting.
Oh, completely. Sometimes I am just way too lazy to pick up a thick book.
Exactly. So, if you found today's episode helpful, click on the next video on the screen to learn about reading skills, especially when you feel like you're just too lazy to read books.
It is packed with simple, amazing tips to make reading easy and fun. You definitely do not want to miss it.
Until next time, stay patient, keep building your pillars, and respect your early stage.
This is Sarah.
And this is Alex. You've been listening to the Peak English Podcast. Bye.
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your Speak English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.